ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः। ऋषिभ्यो नमः, मुनिभ्यो नमः, गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्यादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादि आचार्येभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। We in our chanting today should start second one, Dvitiya Brahmananda Valli. Let us do the chanting for 5 minutes and tune ourselves to the Shruti Mata, to the Guru Tattva, to the entire Rishi Guru Parampara, proving to them that we are improving in our Shraddha and Bhakti and Jijnasa. To know the truth, to surrender to them, pleased with this growth in us, may they bless us with the qualification for the study of Upanishad, ability for sadhana till the experience comes to us. Om Adha Shri Krishna Yajurvedantargata Taittiriya Taittiriya Upanishada Atha Dvitiya Valli Brahmananda Valli. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सह ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेति तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाश सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरावः अद्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरः पक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति अन्नाद्वै प्रजाः प्रजायन्ते याः काश्च पृथिवीगश्रिताः अथो अन्नेनैव जीवन्ति अथैनदपि यन्त्यन्ततः अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते सर्वं वै तेन्नमाप्नुवन्ते येन्नं ब्रह्मोपासते अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते अन्नाद् भूतानि जायन्ते जातान्यन्नेन वर्धन्ते अद्यतेत्ति च भूतानि तस्मादन्नं तदुच्यत इति तस्माद्वा एतस्मादन्नरसमयात् अन्योऽन्तर आत्मा प्राणमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिणपक्षः अपान उत्तरपक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथिवी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति प्राणं देवा अनुप्राणन्ते मनुष्याः पशवश्च ये प्राणो हि भूतानामायुः तस्मात् सर्वायुषमुच्यते सर्वमेव त आयुर्यन्ते ये प्राणं ब्रह्मोपासते प्राणो हि भूतानामायुः तस्मात् सर्वायुषमुच्यत इति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मात् प्राणमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा मनोमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य यजुरेव शिरः ऋग्दक्षिणपक्षः सामोत्तरपक्षः आदेश आत्मा अथर्वाङ्गिरस पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कदाचनेति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मान्मनोमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा विज्ञानमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य श्रद्धैव शिरः ऋतं दक्षिणपक्षः सत्यमुत्तरपक्षः योग आत्मा महः पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषतो शिक्षा ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगः सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते अथ प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ चतुर्थोऽनुवाकः ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्तिः 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 Having saluted all the rishis, munis, devatas, Shruti Mata, our own Guru Parampara, we are in this Krishna Yajurveda Antargata Taittiriya Aranyaka Antargata, chapter 7, 8, 9, Taittiriya Upanishad, Siksha Valli. Fourth mantra, fourth Anuvaka. This fourth Anuvaka is for the MEDHA Kamana. MEDHA is Prajna. So, from our side, what we have to do, knowingly we do that also, and we invoke the Parameshwara, Sarvakameshwara, the Indra Rupa, Omkara Paramatma to bless us with this Medha, the Prajna. Okay, and all the next steps that are said or prayers that are mentioned, all of them are finally aimed at making us qualified to gain that Prajna. In that, the first step is Amrutasya Deva Dharano Bhuyasam. O Lord, may I become the upholder of, beholder of, holder of, sustainer of, or the one who is containing. What is that? Amrutatva. What is Amruta? Brahma Jnana. Why? Amrutatva Adhikaritvatu. So we have seen yesterday. The अमृतत्व को पाने के लिए हेतु है ये ब्रह्म विद्या. Therefore, the prajna medha is complete theory, practice, and experience of Brahma Tattva. For that, we are asking for making us dharanaha, holder of the Amrutattva. That Amrutattva is Brahma Jnana. That is the Amrutattva Hetu. Therefore, may we have the study of Upanishads thoroughly done so that theory practice is perfect in us, and then we experience that Medha or Prajna or Paramatma Anubhuti. Now, to add to this only, there should no obstacles be there at any level of our personality layers. Mainly these three, four things. Therefore, Shariram me Vicharshanam, the body become Yogya, Jihva me Madhumattama, Madhumati, Ativa Madhura Bhashini, we have seen. Karna Abhyam Bhori Vishram. May we have opened our ears all the time to listen more and more, listen more and more, listen more and more. Only about Tattva, only about Tattva, only about Tattva, nothing other than that. Up to this, very exhaustively we studied this Medha Kamanartham Japartha Mantraha. Then the next three thoughts are very, very important. Then Brahmana Koshosi Medhaya Pihitaha Shrutam Me Gopaya. The Brahmana Kosha Asi means Asehe Kosha Iva Brahmana He Omkara Rupa Paramatmana Alambana Rupa Pratika Rupa Nama Rupa Omkara Tvam Asi. You like the sheath for the sword, you are the sheath for the Brahma, Brahmanaha, Brahmaka of Brahman, Koshaha, the sheath, the cover, the case. Asi, you are so. So, what Bhagavan explained to Shankaracharya is Upalabdhi Adhishthanatvatu. This kosha is adhisthana for the upalabdhi of the Brahma, the sheath. The sheath is the adhisthana for the upalabdhi of the sword. In the same way, Omkara is the adhisthana, not the Brahma Tattva adhisthana, their support. For the upalabdhi, for the gaining or availability of the inner content called the Omkara, called Brahma Tattva. तो ब्रह्म तत्व का आप कोश हो. So you are the upalabdhi adhisthana of the Brahma Tattva. Means what? This as much close is the sword to the sheath, as much close are the specs to the case, so much close is Brahma Tattva to the Omkara. Means if we have thoroughly understood Omkara, did all the upasana of the Omkara, it is as good as we have seen the case and we have held the case in our hand. It just has to open and you can use the spets. You have seen the sheath and you have taken the sheath from there. Only thing is you have to just pull out with the handle the sword. So much closer will be the experience of Brahma Tattva if you have done the upasana of the Omkara thoroughly. Why? Because Upalabdhi Adhisthanatvatu. So that is the meaning of Brahmanaha Koshaha Asi. What is the meaning of Upalabdhi Adhisthana? What deep thing we have to understand is Tvam hi Brahmanaha Pratikam. Brahma is an Anubhavagamya. Before you come to Anubhava of Brahma Tattva, we need some support to take us to very near of the Brahma Tattva and push us into that experience. That which takes us very near to Brahma Tattva and pushes us to that experience is that Pratika, the Alambana. Like the flag takes us very near to the Bharata Mata and pushes us into our devotion to that Bharata Mata. Therefore, that Triranga Janda is a pratika for the nation. In the same way, here, Tvam hi Brahmanaha pratikam. So, Brahmanaha koshos is Asehaiva, example, kosha is equal to Upalabdhi Adhisthana. How is it? It is a pratika. So, whenever you see the Janda, you remember nation. So, too, whenever the Om Ucharana is done or heard, immediately you should be reminded of Parabrahma. That practice of reminding myself of the Brahma Tattva whenever I am uttering Om or somebody is uttering, I am listening. That is called as Pratikatvam. It should happen in us. Like the practice of remembering Bharata Mata, whenever I see Tiranga Janda, is called as the Pratikatva in that Janda of Bharata Mata. Otherwise, it's only a cloth, like any cloth colored differently. This also is colored. But none of us see that it's a colored cloth can be used for anything. No. All of us see Bharata Mata in that. Why? The practice is done of what? That this Tiranga is a pratika. Then what is happening because of this? Because I did the practice of Tiranga to be the pratika of Bharata Mata, whenever I am seeing pratika called Tiranga, I am remembering the Bhagwan or the Bharata Mata. It's just like I am taking this Shaligrama and practicing it as a pratika of Sriman Narayana. When I do it for a long time, what it helps me? What it helps me is whenever I see the pratika, the Shaligrama, I am reminded of the Narayana, which is my goal, who is my goal. So here there is Brahma Tattva, for that Omkara is Pratika, or there is Narayana, for him Shaligrama is Pratika, Bhagwan Shiva is Pratika, Shivalinga, Bharat Mata, it is Pratika, Siranga. That is not important. What is important is, did we do the practice that this Pratika represents that Adhisthana behind that? You know, Shaligrama reminds the Vishnu is not important. Did I practice while doing regular Upasana in that Shaligrama the practice that this is Pratika for Narayana, because Narayana cannot be that way otherwise worshipped, because he is in Vaikuntha or he is in my own heart, very subject. But I need to go near him. What is that way to go? You have to hold on to something which takes you there. So our gurus, they have given us, oh, now is a Shaligrama, take it as Vishnu, do puja Visheka, then your inner bosom will become reach near to him. To such an extent that whenever you see Shaligrama, you know, like whenever you see a structure like a temple, immediately our hands get raised and we do namaskar. Because that temple is a abode of the Lord, it is a pratika, the Lord is there, it reminds us that practice we did it. So, what is important is our practice. Like he is a guru, he knows all the Shastras, he can teach Shastra and make us liberated. That is not important. For us, what is important is he is the guru, I have to accept. I am his disciple, I have to accept. Then as the relation should be between Guru and Shishya, from me, the Shishya standpoint, whatever I am supposed to do according to Shastra, doing that creates about that person the Guru Bhava in me, after which I'll be ready to listen and receive the Upadesha given by him, guidance given by him. When I receive it in practice, I get liberated. In this entire Jagat, Bhagavan is there, Manoya na Mano. It is none of your option or anything. God is there. But if your goal is to reach God, then you have to see the world as Bhagavan. It is my upasana to take the world as the pratik of Paramatma. As much I do, what happens? In the same world where earlier I was seeing the world, now I see Paramatma. Like in the same stone which I was seeing earlier as stone, I see Vishnumurti. In the same cloth which was only a cloth earlier, now I see Paramatma. Is it not a green kapda udhar pada hai, lal wala, orange or safed? No value. But all the three are stitched together as pool is put and in between the white, the chakra is made. Suddenly it has become India. Then I did my practice. Clear? So here we are taking time to explain the pratikatva. So, tvam hi brahmana pratikam. Traditionally, according to our Sanatana Dharma, Vaidika Parampara, whenever Om is uttered, we have uttered or taken the name of the Lord or we have addressed him, we called him. It was like that for all the people in the past. Did we do this practice for ourselves or not? We have to see and we do it. Like Rama is a Nama. Rama Nama and Rama are different. But then Rama Nama is a pratik or symbol or name of Lord. So whenever we take this name, immediately that Ayodhyavasi, the Dasharatha Putra, the Avatara, the Dharmasthavaka, Sita Rakshaka, Ravana Mardaka, all that is remembered by the word Rama. The training is given to us through the Katha of Ramayana. That pratikatva, that the Rama Nama belongs to that avatara, training given to us through the katha, through the japa, etc. Therefore, whenever we remember Rama, we don't remember anybody, that Bhagavan only. So the pratikatva is in our hands to practice. This is the main thought we are conveying. It is already Paramatma. It is already Paramatma indicated in all Shastras. It is already Paramatma accepted by so many rishis, jnanis, bhaktas, sadhakas. And to all of them, that Omkara revealed Paramatma. Oh, unke liye ho gaya. What about you and me? Rather, what about me? Did I take the Omkara as a pratika, representative? Pratika kehte. So the Indian ambassador, Indian representative for that particular meeting. I will not come, but my assistant will represent this meeting. Pratika. Okay? So, Tvam hi Brahmana Pratikam. That he word is important. Verily, Omkara is a direct Pratika, authorized Pratika for Parabrahma should be embedded in our heart so strongly that nobody dare to remove that thing from our heart. Om is Bhagavan only. भगवान का प्रतीक है. Why भगवान का प्रतीक? भगवान is such a sublime thing whom cannot be known as an object. He is experienced only as subjective self. Therefore, this is the reason. Second thing, to reach him we need some support. The nearest support sanctioned to us by Shastra is Om. Om is a mantra revealed to Brahmadeva and to all the rishis after so much of churning of their intellects thinking कि क्या हो सकता है, क्या हो सकता है भगवान का. भगवान ही रिवील किया यार ओम. And we have explained so many times, Omar is the word in which all the three Uma syllables include the entire world of forms, names, and all the world of names are all the world of forms. Therefore, entire Namarupa Jagat is in Omkara. And Namarupa Jagat as substratum as Parabrahma only, as Sachidananda. Therefore, Omkara is Sachidananda Parabrahma only. This is how we should relate and get confirmed intellectually that Om is Pratika and Alamana for the Lord. And in this way, when we do the Upasana of Om has all capacity to take us to Brahmanubhuti. Having intellectually understood this, we have to now do the sadhana. Without intellectual understanding, sadhana cannot be done. Without sadhana, intellectual understanding will never give us mukti. After this understanding, daily hours together, sit, chant Om for some time, then take the Om's three syllables and contemplate on them. And merge all the Shabdas in the Om, in the intellectual understanding. Because already told, all Shabdas are starting from the utterance of the mouth, modification in the mouth, and conclusion at the ma level. Om is that only. And at Om, in U, in Ma, Ma, in Matra, Matra is experience, where there is no sounds, there are no names, there are no forms. When there are no forms, names, sounds, even at the subtle level, there is no agitation in the mana. When that mana with this kind of Om Vasana or Amatra Upasana become absolutely samasthiti, it is no more a mind. What expresses there is the Atmanubhava. There one experiences Paramatma. That is how the Om Upasana dissolves the world of names and forms and takes us to a substratum of the same worlds and names and forms, which is Parabrahma, our own nature, our own self. So, Tvam hi Brahmana pratika. Therefore, as we said just now, Tvai Brahma upalabhyate. See that the sword, the sheath is pratika, representative of the sword. Second is what? In the sword sheath, the sword is available. So the case is the symbol of the specs. Like आप किसी घर गए, there is a case of this specs kept on the table. It is such a clear understanding कि इस घर में कोई ना कोई है जो चश्मा पहनते हैं. It's a pratika. Otherwise nobody will keep it. There's an ashtray is there. So immediately you understand there is somebody smoker is there. Understand? So one is pratika, second is in that sheath sword available. In the case the specs are available. So too in the Omkara Parabrahma is available. That is why it says Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate. Like Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate, inside the sheath the sword is available. Open the sheath, take out the sword. Open the box, take out the thing. In the same way, opening the Omkara is doing the Upasana of Omkara. Then the availability of the Brahma is gained. Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate. Now, how spashta the sentence of Shankara, equally spashta rupa, we have to receive it. Om is pratika Brahma. In the Om, Brahma is available. Therefore, go to the Om, take the Om, then do opening of the Om, you will see Brahma there. And our job is not to wear the specs box. We don't take the sheath to fight the war. The sheath and box is kept there. The sword would used or the specs are used. In the same way, at the higher level, Om is not our goal. Our goal is Parabrahma Anubhuti. After that, to convey to others, again we take the same Om. Like after using the sword to give it to others, put it in the same sheath and give others. Like today in Ramayana, we will see that Madhu Rakshasa will give his sword given by Lord Shiva to his putra Lavadasura. Specs किसी को देते नहीं तो अपने अपने होते. मे बी कभी कभी वाइफ हस्बैंड सेम दोनों का डेली इक्वली टीवी देख देख के इक्वली दोनों के खराब हो गए आंख का. सो दोनों का वो रीडिंग सेम होता है सम टाइम एंड दे हैव सेम स्पेक्ट्स एंड दे फील सो हैप्पी फॉर दिस रीजन दैट अब आंखों का नंबर भी हुए और डेंचर का साइज भी एक ही है. दे एंजॉय दैट. But otherwise, sheath cannot be, this example cannot be fit for specs sword wala. We use the same home to teach others. That's the point. Before that, our experience is, our goal is to experience Parabrahma. That happens when we open the Omkara. To open the Omkara, we have to reach the Omkara with the faith that it is the Pratika, it is the Alambana. Therefore, Brahmana Koshosi, Uvalabdi Adhishtanatvat, Tvam Brahmana Pratikah, Pratikam Tvai Brahma Upalabhyate. How far? Perfect. There should never be doubt. Problem with us is what? Because everybody doubted us, because we doubted everybody throughout life, this doubting becomes the natural status quo of our mind, which really spoils every show when at these places, when the highest of the Guru, Shankara Bhagavan, is explaining the highest of the Upanishad, Taittiriya, in which the highest means or the sadhana is indicating that in the Om there is Paramatma is available for us. That doubt of us makes us either create a doubt here, or when you doubt somebody, either you doubt him or you neglect him. In the same way, we neglect the sentence. हाँ ठीक है ओम में ब्रह्म होता होगा. अरे पागल, ओम इज योर गोल, इट इज इन ब्रह्म, इट इज इन ओंकार, इट इज सेड होल्ड ऑन टू ओम. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ इट. Why don't we do that? Because of doubtfulness. Because of doubt, we will question or we just leave it. We don't take. On the other hand, instead of doubt, there is a Shraddha. We will really hold on to that. Like somebody asks the way, kahan jana hai bhai, wahan jane ke liye. If you have faith in that person, he says right. Without doubt, you take right. Shraddha hai to chale jaate hain aap. So too, what Shankara Bhagavan says that Tvayi Brahma Upalabhyate, in Omkara Brahman is available. Upalabdhi sthana. Therefore, take the Om as a great alambana and pratika for the Upasana. Upasana levels of Om are first chanting Om vocally. Then second, allowing the Omkara to percolate at the mind level continuously, constantly. Then there's so many ways to meditate on Omkara to reach to Parabrahma. One way is contemplating on the place from where the Om is coming and Om is merging. This is one way. Second is the Mandukya way, where A, U and Ma, into which the three avasthas are merged, A in U in Ma, and after that Makara, it is merged in silence. That's called Amatra. This theory to practice, we have to practice. When you practice, we will know it. Some difficulties will be there. All that will be crossed. The clarity will come. Third is taking Om as Parabrahma Narayana, praying to him, Omkara Lord, please reveal yourself to me. That prayer, when it intensifies, that Lord blesses us with the revelation of Paramatma Tattva, Anubhava. So through the prayer, through the deep contemplation, through the japa and focusing on the source of Om, we can reach to Brahma. And whether you believe it or not, because from time immemorial, this practice of taking Om as Pratika and Alambana and Sadhana is going on, that Om definitely will have that power to bless whoever is taking it as Alambana for Sadhana. So, Tvam hi Brahmana Kosha Ase. You are this sheath for the Brahma, yet you is Upalabdha. In fact, you are the Pratika, and in you the Om, the Brahma is there. Clear? Now the next sentence is $1,000,000 important. Very conscious हो जाओ, careful हो जाओ, सुनो. ज़्यादा नहीं, थोड़ा सा बताए. What is that? Next one is medhaya pihitaha. Pihitaha means covered, sheathed, concealed, made not recognizable. Who? That Brahma. And who? The Omkar. Omkara is a sheath for Brahma. But Omkara is the sheath for Brahma, also is covered for us. Now understand, Brahma is covered by the Omkara sheath. Omkara is covered by something else, Pihitaha. Because of the covering of Omkara Brahma, Brahman is not seen. But Om itself is not seen because something else is covering it. Pihitaha. First listen the meaning of that Pihita, covering. What is that covering this Om? Medhaya Pihitaha. O Omkara, you are being covered by the Medha. Which Medha? Not the Prajnawala Brahmajnana. Remember, here the Medha is all mental, intellectual gymnastics with the thoughts, followed by same thing expressed through the mouth as words, followed by same thing expressed through the Deha as actions. All this put together is called as Medha. In the too much importance given and becoming busy in that, again I am repeating, in our habitual too much importance given and becoming busy in that, medha of the mana buddhi of the world express as a words with the mouth to interact and expressing through the body as an action, that itself is not allowing us to give, not allowing us to have even one chance also to reach to the Om, to do the upasana of the Om, to contemplate on the meaning of the Om and reach that Parabrahma who is sheathed in the Om. Now I am pausing here for you to tune properly to listen. Like all the children come and sit properly in the class, then the teacher starts taking the class. So to giving chance for your mind to settle first. What is the meaning of Medhaya Pihitaha? First statement of fact is the so-called our medhas of the intellect, in which thinking, contemplation is happening through the thoughts, which are expressing again as the forms as well as the names. Remember? And those names we are uttering through the mouth, forms we are seeing through the eyes. That is how the entire life of ours is involved in costing what? Costing our understanding that there is a Brahma to be realized through the pratika called Omkar. दिस द मीनिंग ऑफ मेधया पीता, मतलब हमारी दुनियादारी हमारे को ओंकार से और ओंकार से मिलने वाले परमात्मा से हमको छुपा के रखा है, दूर रखा है. इफ यू सिंपली अंडरस्टैंड इन हिंदी, first simply understand, then technical understanding. It means our own intellectual medhas of everything other than Omkara or Parabrahma is becoming the cover for the Omkara and Parabrahma. Medhaya Pita. Such a sentence used by the Rishi is so apt. And the explanation given by Shankara, which you have not yet seen, is so beautiful and complete. Therefore, the person who is more and more intellectual and genius, to him the Paramatma is more covered and concealed. If all his intelligence and genius is about anything other than Paramatma. मतलब मेरा दुनिया का ज्ञान ही मुझे भगवान से दूर कर रहा है और मेरे लिए भगवान को छुपा रहा है. That's what we are doing. Entire world of scientists, except Bhagwan, they are knowing everything. Therefore, their knowing everything is becoming the cause for the Pihitatva or covering of the Brahman. And to how many people it will be? As many people are like that. How long? As long as they continue like that. Now, take it little subjectively. My own medhas about myself as a jiva, about myself as an individual, about myself as a responsible person or the person of desires, have to do this and that. All this continuous medhanam, medhas going on in me, no? From morning till evening, from birth to the death. How much of thinking, how much of churning, how much of contemplation, how much of desires or the aims or the ambitions, the visions, and to achieve them, what an amount of thinking clarity. In fact, this person should be given the award, all the awards that are available in the world for Medhas, whether it is Nobel Prize, whether it may be Bharata Ratna, whatever it may be, can be given to him because so much he is thinking. All that is good in Vyavahara, but what humorously, subtly, the Upanishad Mata saying is that Medhas of yours alone is covering Omkara, which is covering Brahma. Therefore, the more we have Medha, Jnana about Paramatma, about the Jagat, the more we go away from Paramatma. And there are a lot of subtle things in this. I'll not tell all of that. एक तो ये है तो परमात्मा ही. What is only Parabrahma only. So instead of knowing him, anything else you are knowing, you are only concealing Paramatma more and more and giving reality to the imaginary Jagat. When we say Jagan Mithya, that we have to realize it, no? To realize it, the first step is the Jagat has to be devalued. Instead of devaluing it, we are valuing it only with using all our medha. Like all the knowledge about, value about, importance about the snake, medhas about the snake, conceals the rope for from our vision. You understand? The snake is a jungly snake and it is so big, so it must be of that cobra type and it has such a venom. And these are all medhas about the snake which this fellow has studied in some books and he is telling to the group of people who are seated there. Now, the more they are studying about the snake and talking about that snake is like this, that Medas of them, remember, be careful, be conscious, is taking away from their mind even a slightest thought that it can be something other than the snake called as the rope. वो ख्याल भी आने नहीं देगा जो ये स्नेक के बारे में सोचता ही जाता है तो. We are doing that throughout the day, thinking only about the world. Therefore, the khayal or the thought about the Om or Paramatma is not at all coming. That Medas is called Pihitaha, covering to the Omkara. See how important is this. Medhaya Vedaha. Therefore, the more we know about the world, the more we are knowing about the ignorance. The less we know about the world, the more we are qualified to know about Paramatma. Can you sort out this riddle? If you sort it out in your understanding, then we must sort out in practice. What is the practice? Drop giving importance to any medhas regarding the world. Then use all the medha shakti which is given because of the prayer medhaya sprunotu for knowing the Om and doing upasana of Om and listening to Guru Rishi about the Brahma Tattva which we chanted today, Brahma Vidapnod Param. Meditate on that and realize. See that Medhaya Pihita is what such an interesting thing. In that everything. If I am a dancer, such a great dancer I am. Medha. Because dance is a great art. It entertains the people. It gives me such a name and fame. It gives a lot of wealth. Because of some great dance, I may be given these doctorate awards in different universities. I'll be given certificates. I may be given positions. I may even be selected for Rajya Sabha. कोई भी जा सकते हैं वहाँ. A sports person, an artist. And I can be a sports person, I can be a dramatist, I may be a singer. Each of the arts are so great. But the same art, when it comes to spiritual sadhana, becomes that medhas itself becomes the concealing thing for the Om, for the Parabrahma. Because I am indulging, involving this so much that I am devaluing it, forgetting it for the whole life. There's a great singer throughout life only accounts how many thousands of songs in how many languages I can sing and make and break the records. In that chakkar, his goal of human life that I have to discover the Parabrahma through Omkara is never comes even once throughout life. That is the meaning of Medhaya Pihita. A doctor, Medhavi, a scientist, a Medhavi, a politician, a Medhavi. Everybody is Medhavi and their own Medhas is covering their own spiritual pursuit of holding on to Om, opening the Om and realizing Brahma. See the importance of it. And all these are expressions of Om and Parabrahma only. But you are giving importance to the expressions, not that which is expressing through. Therefore, that you will never catch it. Like you, if you hold on to my words, not the theme or meaning or purpose which I am expressing through the words, then this interaction of my speaking to you is an utter failure. Words are spoken to convey something sublime. So, to the entire world is here to realize the Brahma. If that is not understood, then you are caught up in the words but not the purpose when I speak. In the same way, we are caught up in the medha and the worldliness, not in Paramatma who is showing his glory in this form. उस दिन हमने बताया, याद है शाम के क्लास में, जो भगवान को देखकर दुनिया को याद करता है, यह भयंकर संसारी बेवकूफ नंबर 1. जो दुनिया को देखकर भगवान को याद करता है, इज ए ग्रेट साधक. Because it is his glory, it is his vibhuti. And the same doctor and scientist, through his medical profession and scientific work, whatever, if he remembers himself of the Lord, reminds me that because of his presence, all this is happening, then his medha is not a pihitaha covering for Om and Brahma. That person will do his professional work, but he will never compromise with his sadhana. If he knows it. In our ancient time, every rishi were medhavi, but none of their worldly medhas covered their spiritual jnanam or mukti for them. Therefore, they were worldly great achievers. Scientists were there, everybody were. But spiritually also, they never compromised with. For them, their medaha never became pihitaha of this Parabrahma. They protected themselves like that. For them, the main goal is Paramatma, all else external is secondary. It's a time pass. It's a vyavahara, not the ultimate goal. Our stupid, beautiful people, we are all this simple vyavahara of some transaction and duty. We make them such an important goal of life as if that the real goal is forgotten. आए थे हरिभजन को और सब कुछ कर रहे हैं उसको छोड़कर. Even to realize this, we should have Medha. And that will come when Gurus and God blesses us, when we have Shraddha in them, Bhakti in them, Prarthana to them, asking, give us the best. When you ask for the best, they will give only wisdom because there is nothing better than wisdom. Wisdom is the best. That wisdom is this, that I should not waste my life in any Medhas. My every capacity, possibility, energy should be only to do the upasana Paramatma in one other form. Here is Omkara because they are Vedas. Ved में ओंकार दिया आता है. Nowadays you can have Rama or Krishna. Anybody? Through that I must reach the goal, the Paramatma Tattva. See? Medhaya Pehitaha. If somebody comes to you with their visiting card with 22 degrees, you understand that it is zero in spirituality. बिकॉज इज सो बिजी इन ऑल दिस मेदर्स. अब एक मेदर्स ऐसा होता है ना दुनिया का, जब तक उसको दूसरों को बताते नहीं ना, वो खुजली इतना दुखी करता है. एंड खुजली इज सच ए थिंग, द मोर यू स्क्रैच द मोर यू फील लाइक डूइंग इट. द वर्ल्डलीनेस, you know, like I'm doing pravachan. Thank God you don't clap for me. You never do any appreciation or any even thanks also. That keeps my vairagya level always optimum. That anytime a chance comes, I kick out this business and go for my meditation. If at all you started praising me, doing this and that, and more people start coming, I'll be caught up in that. ये भगवान की कृपा है कि in this best profession of satsang also is creating frustration and vairagya to me. Bhagavan is working through all. Else, this khujli of even satsang is so much that one gets caught up in that as if that is the goal. Knowing that only in all Upanishad Visha, Nayamatma Pravachane na labhya, na medaya na bahuna shrutena. It is not that I teach you because you are never doing pravachana. It is to me. Bhagavan is proving it to me by making me frustrated every day through classes because not proper response. But that is His grace on me. I understood very late. Now I am Anand. Any Medas is an obstruction for spiritual sadhana. Before goal is reached, after reaching the goal, through any of the Meda Shakti, you serve the world. But don't serve the world again only at that professional level. Your every service should bring them toward Paramatma. Otherwise, you are cheating them more. Why? Because you got Brahma Tattva, but you are pushing them only to the worldliness. No guru does. Any shishya or bhakta goes to guru and asks him, मुझे ये दो वो दो. उपाय बताकर वो गुरु बताना चाहिए कि बट ये कोई शाश्वत नहीं है. शाश्वत is परमात्मा only. Through sadhana you must reach the goal. If that, without telling that sentence, if guru only says your paisa tathastu, तुम्हारे शादी तथास्तु, then he is not a great guru. जो भी बंदा कोई कामना से आते हैं, सदगुरु वो देखकर छोड़ता नहीं, उनको सद्वस्तु को दिखाते, then only सदगुरु. Otherwise, a Jyotish Pandit ji. The one who tells ki for this gaining, this is upaya, that is upaya, or fase raho. And that fellow gets so faith in this guru, he'll get more and more desires because of this guru. And he comes to that guru asking for every benefit or profit or success. And this Pandit ji also tells that person ki ye home karo, ho yajna karo, ye karo, tumko udhar bhi business success hoga, ye bhi. Both of them, that will be taught in our next sloka. Ande neva niyamana eta anda. Blind leading the blind, blind following the blind. They are greatly successful in the world, but they are totally away from the truth. देखो क्या माया का जादू अब समझ में आ रहा है. How the great people also get caught up. How they get caught up? You think that they are great, but they are not great. They are caught up in their own Medha Shakti. Medha means all abilities, all talents, all workmanship, all achievements of the worldliness through buddhi, indriya, mana, sharira, ityadi. But all the sharira, indriya, mana, shaktis start from the buddhi, and in the buddhi the shakti is called as medha. Therefore, that one word the Rishi used, medhaya pitaha, telling us to understand at all levels. Now, what Bhagavan Shankara explained, we have not seen. We will see that now. What is the meaning of medhaya? Laukika prajnaya. We are all covering the Omkara and further Parabrahma in our own heart because of continuous, constant, excessive importance value given to all the Laukika Vishayas, Laukika Prajna. Now, how important is throughout the day from morning evening we are exposed to the loka so much, and all the prajna means information or knowledge or some news about the entire world is so much entering into mind. Then I am reacting to that only, I am responding to that only. Never a thought of meditation comes to me, even if comes and I sit for it. Other than the laukika vishayas, no paramatma at all remembered, because that laukika prajna which I gathered on the name that यार दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है मुझे जानना चाहिए. I have a right of information, need of information. Else, how can I discuss with my friends when they go on telling what's happening in politics? I become a bodhu. Only I have to listen to them. One day, I must also tell them that I also know everything. What's happening in Israel, Palestine, what's happening in India. Now, with this idea, we sit in front of TV and gather all the news. When you sit for meditation, only the stupid things are remembered by us, not Paramatma. That is the meaning of medhaya pehitaha laukika prajnaya. In that laukika vishayas, we give importance so much to that, and we take that knowledge is essential. We gain that knowledge, we use that knowledge to succeed in the world. But succeeding in the world is not spirituality, no. We have to succeed in spirituality only. But the same prajna becomes abstraction. It's like a great cricket player who wonderfully plays match. Then, if that fellow sits for meditation, his great abilities of playing cricket only will remember with all the love, not Paramatma. Because उनकी प्रज्ञा वो परमात्मा को याद करने नहीं देगा. So to everybody, their own achievement, their own abilities, they are the ones remembered. All the achievements, abilities belong to the prajna of the Laukika, and that also belong to the Jiva. In Paramatma, none of them are there. And to reach the Paramatma, all of them have to be dropped. See the meaning of Laukika Prajnaya? It includes everything. I spoke out one or two things, but all other, everything about the Laukika Prajna. How to succeed in my profession, in my business. These are all required in the worldliness, but remember they're abstraction for spirituality. Such person insists, which is a new place, I have to establish my business, or in the existing one, how to improve that. Yeah, in that case, get up and do that work. Don't sit for meditation and insult the meditation process. If you want to meditate, have the guts to give up all that. You can't give up unless you give up the importance. Importance given up when you remove it from your mind. There's no medas about it. Okay? ये मन का खुजली ऐसा होता है ना, when you know it, it wants to use it. You can't control it once you know it. That's it. It goes on coming. कितना भी हम कोशिश करो जाने का नाटक करता है, फिर से आ जाता. With so much of willpower, you say, I do Omkara Upasana only, I will not allow my company or factory to come in my mind. 2 सेकंड के लिए ओम याद रहेगा, बाद में फिर से वही आएगा. Because that prajna is there so much in you that it will helplessly push us. Then after some days it becomes habit. Om is going on and you are working in the company in your own mind. And we say, Swami, इतने साल से मैं ओमकार कर रहा हूँ, कुछ नहीं हो रहा. You are not doing Omkar, my dear. Omkar is happening mechanically, but you are seriously doing your own business on the seat of meditation because of prajna. Why do you say so? Those fields about which we don't have prajna, they are not disturbing me in meditation. Is it not? Like the plowing the land and growing the crop never disturbs me on my meditation because I don't have that prajna. How to fly the flight. That will not disturb me because उसका प्रज्ञा है ही नहीं मुझे. और जो डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है वो है जिसका मुझे प्रज्ञा है. Here the prajna is not Brahma Jnana. Bhagavan is deliberately using the word Medha Rishi used. And this Medha is not that Medha which we are praying for in the same mantra. So same thing Shankara Bhagavan also using and giving a chungli chabi to us by using the word Lokika Prajna word. Because Medha is explained as Prajna by him. Therefore, he will have to use the same word again. Then that Medha asked for Prajna. Then this Medha is said to be covering Paramatma to be rejected. Therefore, which is this Medha? Laukika. Therefore, Laukika Prajna is the Medha here, which is concealing my value importance given to be given to Omkara, doing the Upasana of Pranava and reaching the Parabrahma which is contained in that. When I'm using the word contained in that, according to Upanishad. In the Om, like open करके आप जैसे sword लेते हो, practically ऐसा नहीं होता हो. You do the upasana of Om to highest level, Om gets resolved, you realize the Atma. ये सब as you go into the meditation, you will know it. I can't show everything, ऐसे खोल के नहीं दिखा सकते. कर सकते हैं, but you come and be with us in the ashram for 5-10 years with full surrender and faith. Not like this guy, आए नहीं आए, no value to the Guru Parampara, आचार्य परंपरा. नॉट रिक्वायर्ड वैल्यू नहीं है थोड़ा थोड़ा है, सेंटिमेंटल वाला है, इमोशनल है, दैट इज ब्रिंगिंग टू ओनली द क्लास. फर्दर डीपर अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स आर नॉट हैपनिंग मीन्स डीपर फेथ्स आर नॉट देयर. इट्स अ प्रूफ टू द गुरु परंपरा. वी आर सेइंग जितना फेथ है उतना हो रहा है, फल की क्लास आ रहे हैं, पर पूरा समझ में आ रहा है, याद हो रहा है, इंस्पिरेशन हो रहा है, सब त्याग करके साधना कर पा रहे हो क्या? नहीं. मीन्स उनका ग्रेस नहीं है, मीन्स वो श्रद्धा प्रार्थना नहीं है. दिस इज अ डिफरेंट टॉपिक, नॉट व्हाट वी आर डिस्कसिंग. By the way that came, we concluded the topic that way. So laukika pragnaya. Now I am telling, therefore, the more we want to know the truth, the desire, if it increases, the only way to fulfill that mumukshutva, that jignasa, the desire of knowing the knowledge is more and more keep away from the world. At in the initial level, ye chalega, where thoda दुनियादारी, thoda spirituality. But later on, if we mean business about realizing self, totally we have to give up the outer world. Then only it will be given up from the inner world. Then only consistently we can meditate on the truth. Then only truth is revealed to us. In this, there's no compromise. There's no obligation. There's no sentiment. Nahi hai udhar. Oh, have as a fact. Like the child also, when he's doing mathematical problem, if his mind is filled with his video games or a cricket match, can he do that? Therefore, if he is an intelligent student or common sense wala, he should adjust himself in such a way, when I am studying or doing my maths, nothing should be remembered. Therefore, for that he should drop it. उसमें कोई सेंटिमेंट इमोशन नहीं है. यू गो ऑन रिमेम्बरिंग दैट, तुम्हारा हाथ पे नोटबुक पे रुक जाएगा और दिमाग पूरा दुनिया घूमता रहता है. Just like in the example of the child, so in an office, you are putting the file in front of the work, but your mind is running कि बेटी का शादी या घर बनाना या लोन लेना है. You can't do it. Right now also you are seated in the class to listen, but your mind is about what breakfast to make, today who are coming, where I have to go, whom to attend, whom to make phone calls. With your so much of Mahamedas of Laukika Prajna, not even one sentence you will listen what I speak, including this sentence that you don't listen one by sentence also. One sentence also. Gaya ma dimag idhar udhar. Therefore, that Laukika Prajna was required for the Laukika Vijayas. To reach to Paramatma, both the Loka achievements, achievement giving Prajna, they themselves become Pihitaha covers. They would drop everything. That's why Sarvam Tektva Harim Bhajet. Why is it so? It is not reasonless, it is not emotional. The thing is, which we said in the beginning only, I hope you caught it, at least one or two of you, in Parabrahma, he alone is reality. Anything other than him is an imagination, is a projection, is an adhyaropa. Now, if you are giving importance to adhyaropa, how can the adhisthana be seen? We gave the example of snake and rope, no? You go on discussing about medhas of the snake, it will take you away from the ropeness. What is there is rope, but still you took a snake and you are talking on discussing only on the snake so much. What is there is Parabrahma. On that the world is imagined. We have to discard the world and realize the Parabrahma. That is what is to be done. Now, for doing so, you have to give up the Medha and Prajna of the world, or you have to go on adding to it. That is why the entire Vidya of the Prapancha is called as Avidya only, Aparavidya only in our Mundaka Adi Upanishad. Because the more you gain that knowledge, the more you are getting the knowledge about the imaginary world, the projected world, which will strengthen the covering on Paramatma. Just like when I get more and more degrees in the world, I become more a strong ego and jiva. To that extent, I am Brahma. That will be concealed. Because in Brahma, these upadhis and the upadhi yukta expressions are not there, should not be there. See how important is this topic. But who taught us this in our so many years of satsang anywhere? कि our own laukika prajna is becoming an obstruction to our paramatma jnana. Here laukika prajna को कह रहे हैं disturbance, not laukika kamana. Laukika kamana or disturbance करके so many people told us. But here not the kamana. कामना की बात ही नहीं आई यहीं तक. उसको तो इंट्रोडक्शन में ही निपट दिया भगवान शंकर ने. वो पूरे तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद में वो सब आता है इसमें. Which came in Kathopanishad, Yada Sarve Pramuchante, Kama Yasya Shritaha. Taittiriya will not talk about it. It is Annam Bahukurvita because it is already prepared. For you, everywhere is Annam Brahmeti Vajanat. Anna Brahma Rupa hai. Ab you are seeing Brahman everywhere. तो अन्न हो या कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता तैत्तिरीय में. बट कठोपनिषद में छोटा बच्चा है और वो शुरुआत वाला उपनिषद है, तो वहां बचाने के लिए बोलना पड़ता है कामना से. या कामना की बात नहीं कर रहे, प्रज्ञा की बात कह रहे हैं. यू अंडरस्टैंड डिफरेंस? Laukika kamanas are pihita this para onkara. It is not said like that. Laukika prajna, medha, which is generally sought by us, and whoever we have that prajna, laukika, we have so much value importance given in this world. I mean, it's the same prajna. When we do yajna agadi, the devatas in the swarga welcome us. All that is positive in the worldliness. But the same thing is an obstruction for knowing the Brahman through Pranava Upasana. See, unless I speak like this so many times, घुमा के आपके अंदर वो नोटिस नहीं होगा, register नहीं होगा. Unless it is registered and you contemplate on this way 1,000 times, then only the conviction comes that to know the Brahma, the mind intellect has to be quiet. Mind intellect can be quiet when it's not disturbed from the inner world of the vasanas, inner world of the samskaras. So in the samskaras, when lot of prajna is there, it will go on pushing the mana in buddhi. I can never contemplate on the truth. Therefore, by all means, I will stop my involvement in the world, good or bad, allowing my mind to become quiet so that I can do meditation and Om, reach Parabrahma. That conviction will come when we think for 100 times independently, before which Guru tells us 100 times. Because that powerful are the wrong convictions, wrong doings and the Maya. इतना घिसा घिसा मतलब घिसने के बाद ही वो चला जाएगा, नहीं तो नहीं जाता. हो लगता है गया फिर वैसे ही रहता. लाइक वी डोंट क्लीन दैट वेसल प्रॉपरली, ऊपर ऊपर करोगे तो लगता है क्लीन किया, बट दूध गर्म करो फट जाता है. दूध वाले बर्तन को अलग ही धोना पड़ता है. So to our heart has to be fully washed off all this. Then only you can pour the Amrita Swarupa Brahma Jnana in that. So Laukika Prajnaya, one sentence, next one he says, Laukika Prajnaya, Pihita means Achadita. Now suno fir se, Medhaya means Laukika Prajnaya. Pihita means Achadita. So Medhaya Pihita is the mantra of the Upanishad. Laukika Prajnaya Achadita is its explanation by Shankara. So Medhayaha Pita is vague for us because you are not in the Vedic period. So Laukika Prajnaya Achadita is understandable to us. Your own intellectual information, knowledge and memory of the worldliness is the one which is pushing you to be worldly. Therefore, it is concealing or covering the value of the Omkara, the process of doing Upasana on the Omkara, the inspiration to do all that till we reach the Parabrahma. वो cover हो रहा है हमसे. कवर आया है, आप उसको देख ही नहीं रहे हो, या बिजी इन समथिंग एल्स सो मच. somehow in the evening open the car, उसमें 2 लाख का चेक है, जाके एनकैश करना था, ऑलरेडी डे हो गए एक. So to whom you are not opening only to see Parabrahma, you are busy in all other affairs. One thing is that. Now the next one is so important. Oh. Huh? सहत्वं सामान्य प्रज्ञैः अविदित तत्वः इति अर्थः. So it is now direct address to the Omkara is, O Om, you are such one. Ki Samanya Prajna, he means be attentive. The people who have Samanya Prajna is called Samanya Prajna. Second is that Samanya Prajna itself. With that, Avidita Tattvaha Ityartaha. That is the meaning of one. Become careful, very attentive होना है. इन सब कॉन्वेंट को सुनना है, समझना है. तो I seek your deep contemplative mood. Then only you will be able to listen. In fact, these studies should be done in the ashramas in a quiet atmosphere by first of all giving you all preparation for the body, mind, etc. When you are absolutely calm, then one by one is given, you take one by one. That is how it should happen. Not in a hurry-burry way, not you are thousands of kilometers away from me, and what distractions you are in, I don't know. I only have to have faith. But when you are in front, no need to faith. I know it. I can command any guru for that matter. So sublime we have to be. Sahatvam samanya prajnai avidita tattvaha. Ityartha. O Om, you are. Your essential nature, that Brahma is not known by Samanya Prajna, not known by those people who have Samanya Prajna, not known to those who give importance value to Samanya Prajna. Yours is a Vishesha Prajna, in which there is no any of the Prajnas are there. Samanya prajna avidita tattvaha means what? Your laukika intelligences, etc., will only push you to the here actually addressed to the Om. O Omkara, you are concealed in me because of my own Samanya prajna. So too, for everyone in them you are there. But you are covered in them because of their own Samanya laukika prajna. So Samanya prajna avidita tattva ityartaha. Therefore, the more we use our mind, intellect, etc., in the worldliness, that gathers important strength to such an extent. वही real लगता है. We can never even listen also about other reality beyond it called Paramatma truth. That's why nobody buys Upanishad books. They buy all the Samanya Prajna related books only. Nobody studies them only. Nobody attend this class. They are happy with Samanya Prajna, Laukika Prajna, using that Prajna in the world and gain all the successes. Now, the last thought. A minute, not much. Samanya Prajna, Laukika Prajna is about the world and worldly happenings. Is it not? The whole world itself is mithya. Hope you caught it. When the Parabrahma ko janna hai, so you have to discard the world knowing that it's mithya. But your Samanya Prajna is strengthening the reality to the world only. Understood? Be careful. Now let's put it in another way. You have to transcend Antakarna to know the truth. Because self is beyond Manobuddhi Chitta Ahankara Adhita. But with every Prajna, the Manabuddhi is becoming stronger only. Then when will you transcend it? Third point is what? Samanya Prajna mein we give value to the Rupanama and all the things that are happening in it. But Rupanama and all the khel that's happening is because Maya only. Therefore, if you are in Samana Prajna, means we are definitely in Maya by our own choice. Then how will you transcend Maya to know the truth? Iti arthaha. This is the meaning. And yesterday, one thing I told, today I did not touch it at all. Is what? Ki, whenever I am uttering something to you, say table. When you say table, immediately your drishti goes on to the table only. You remember table only. That word table shabda indicating the table object is Samanya Prajna. Is concealing the Parabrahma. How? How? When I said a word table, what I said is Omkara only. Because table is a word. It has got letters. Those letters are in between A, O and Ma only. and Auma is Omkara. But when I say table, are you reminded about Omkara or are you reminded about the table? You are remembered about table only because of Samanya Prajna. If you don't have that Samanya Prajna, at that time I say table, then you will ask me, what is table, so then I say table is a word uttered. That word is nothing but Omkara. Acha, very good. But you and I are practicing same wrong thing. Key table word means oh that table object only. We are lost in that Samanya Prajna. Na? Whereas table is a sound uttered by me. Sound is nothing but Omkara. Omkara is nothing but Parabrahma. So through every utterance, I am uttering Parabrahma only. But it is concealed because Samanya Prajna or the Laukika Prajna. So every form and name is indicator of Parabrahma. But because of the Samanya and Laukika Prajna, with every form and name, we are forgetting Paramatma. This is a very subtle thing. In short, in a very common manner, human life is given to know Paramatma, but same human life we are misusing to go away from Paramatma. If you understand it, then you understand this. Because of the Medha. When I am saying Om or any word, I am going there, I am coming there, मैं वहाँ आ रहा हूँ, जा रहा हूँ, am gachami. No, these are the words. Am gachami means that I am going there. You say, thank God you are going at least now. No, these are laukika prajna, samanya prajna. But when I am saying I am going there are the words. In and through all words, auma only are there. If I can recognize Om in every word uttered, my Laukika Samanya Prajna is not concealing Paramatma from me. This vision is missing when you give value to Samanya Prajna. He is saying that. Whereas to highly evolved visionary, with every word, he will respond in the Laukika Prajna way outside. At the same time, he knows in and through every word, what is there is Om, and Om is nothing but Parabrahma. So the three steps. One, if you have the Paramarthika Prajna, you are Mukta. What is an abstraction for the Paramarthika Prajna is Laukika Prajna. But without Laukika Prajna, you can't do the sadhana. Therefore, use the Laukika Prajna for reaching these higher heights in sadhana. Thereafter, when you reach to the goal, use Laukika Prajna only for Loka Vyavahara. See that it doesn't cover the Atmanubhuti. That is how it is like. So, Brahmana Kososi Medhaya Pitaha. See, looks very simple sentence, but when you study through Bhashya, then only the depth will come. Medhaya Pita. सुबह से शाम सब सेल फोन देखते रहे, doing the japa and in between seeing cell phone. Then you are lost in that medhas. We are not recognizing also that I am quietening my mind to transcend the mind, to see that sublime Satchidananda Atma. If that clarity is not there, then we will be caught up in Laukika Prajna. At that time, we are such a serious, sincere spiritual seekers with all the stupidity, not knowing what is the seeking. You know? Our life would be like I want to go to the temple with so much of desire, but I am going in a wrong direction to reach that temple. Now, what do you call that fool as? He is desirous of going to the temple, but going in wrong direction. Same way, I'm desirous of knowing Brahma, which is beyond the thoughts. And I'm going in wrong direction of thoughts only where the Medha Laukika Prajna are there. That's why only after many years of listening and contemplation, we get to this conviction, not information. Conviction after knowledge. Information, knowledge and conviction that I'm sitting for meditation to transcend the Upadhi. How can you stay at the Upadhi level only when I'm sitting to transcend it? Just like I am sitting in front of the Lord to do Upasana, to do his Upasana by getting away from the distractions. How can I get distracted when I'm doing the Upasana? You understand the contradiction in that? सब डिस्ट्रैक्शन से बचने के लिए पूजा वो बैठा हूं मैं, पूजा के समय डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा हूँ तो मैं कितना मूर्ख हूं कि मैं कन्विंस नहीं हुआ हूं क्या कर रहा हूं, कैसे करना है. It will never click to you. Even now I know what I am saying, you're not understanding. If somebody says मैं पूजा में बैठा हूँ, कोई बुलाए तो बोलना मैं पूजा से उठकर आऊंगा, तो इज नॉट डूइंग पूजा ओनली. So to in the mind intellect bring the prajna into a surface level, and running with that mind, if you forget the theme for which we sat to transcend the mind and know the truth, we have not understood what to do and how to do. That's why he says medhaya pihita. And therefore, a person who understands this, so careful that he moves in the world, जितना चाहिए उतना ही इंद्रियों से देखेगा, बाकी पूरे इंद्रिया बंद. That is a habit to be done for 10 lives. Then only the indriyas will come into our control in such a way that unnecessary dust stuff from the world, it won't enter into our mind. It will not allow. So to at the mind intellect level also, the command should come to us कि कोई भी काम करना है उसके जितना चाहिए उतना सोचना, हो गया तो हो गया खत्म. Like somebody came to your house, you attended to them as much you have to attend. But between you have to do puja, so with so much of laughing, giggling. If you can say that all laughing, giggling done, by 10 o'clock is puja time, I go for 1 hour puja. When you go to the puja, entire thing you should be able to forget. That is the one who can do this, who can do, the one who understood that Medha Pita. So too after the whole day, when that guest goes away, next day you are so normal as if nobody came yesterday. If that can be achieved, you are understanding and practicing Medhaya Pihitaha, means not allowing the Medas to cover your goal. That's how you have to live. Else what happens? You remember them, you call them, you say thank you, you came in, you say come again. All is so beautiful for the व्यवहार. वही तो फंसा रहे ना आपको, इसलिए कहा मेदया पीता. You understand? That is a necessary thing. That is a quarrel happens between a worldly wife and spiritual husband. While this husband or spiritual wife, he wants to withdraw and go deep. She says नहीं नहीं वो हमको उनको बुलाएंगे, वो हमारे यहाँ आना चाहते हैं. He says काहे को बैठो ना ध्यान कर. She will not understand. You are always like that. पहले पता होता तो मैं शादी नहीं करता. वो कहते मैं भी वही सोच रहा हूँ. अभी छोड़ते नहीं एक दूसरे को. Medhaya Pehitaha. Then the last prayer is the ultimate one. So we have very less time for it. पढ़ लेंगे. श्रुतम. ये आज बताऊंगा, कल भी देखेंगे. Tomorrow only, after 10 minutes of introduction of this thing, we will enter into Avahanti Vitanvana, which is a totally different subject. This was the Medha Kamana, Prajna Kamana, and this will be Shri Kamana for the home. This is in its expanse, in its large heartedness and largeness. Upanishad has given both. Ask Omkara Bhagwan, the Shri also, ask Omkara Bhagwan, Prajna also. Prajna to know the truth, realize truth and get liberated. Shri to become qualified for this by using this wealth for all noble activities so that all the debts are cleared, all the prarabdhas are cleared, all antakarna is made shuddha. We'll discuss it tomorrow. So Shrutam, what is Shrutam? Shravana Purvakam Atma Jnanadikam Vijnanam. Shrutam me Gopaya. Shrutam means suna hua, whatever I heard. Me means by me or of me. Whatever I have heard or heard by me. Gopaya means protect it. So Shrutam me Gopaya. Whatever I have heard, please protect it. Means let it not go away. This is the literal meaning of the literal sentence of Upanishad mantra. Shrutam me Gopaya. Whatever is heard by me be protected. Like Praptam me Gopaya. Whatever I buy from the outer world, so anything, ice cream वगैरह Gopaya, you put it in the freezer. Protect it. आओ बाहर लगाओ तो पिघल जाएगा. Any delicate vastu you bring, you keep in a safe place from the children to destroy it. That's called Gopanam. So to I am listening so much, please protect this. Protect this means what? Protect it from my practice. Nahi. Protect means that see that it remains in me, doesn't go away or forgotten. That is why the Bhashyakara says, first of all, what is the meaning of Shrutam? He says Then what is the meaning of Gopaya? He says. Shrutam means what? Shrutam means Shravana Purvakam Atma Jnana Adikam. Shrutam means Atma Jnana related all convictions which have started with the listening about Atma Jnana. Shravana Purvakam Atma Jnana Adikam is Shrutam by me. The final conviction is Atma Jnana. That comes through the contemplation. Contemplation comes when you listen from it. Listening is Shravanam. So all that I heard about Atma Jnana, Shrutam, only Atma Jnana related, not any nonsense. Otherwise, earlier will be applicable. MEDHA Pihitaha. Like Puja Gurudev, anybody talks to you, lot of anecdotes are told, humor is made. ये सब याद है लेकिन तब तो याद नहीं है. So that whole satsang is utter flop. That is why what should be remembered after a guru's satsanga, not the jokes or any story. परमात्मा याद करना है. इसलिए स्पेसिफाई शंकर भगवान करते हैं आत्मज्ञानादिकम ओनली. श्रुतम श्रवण पूर्वकम. That alone remain, not all other things. Atmajnanadikam, Shrutam, Shravanadikam, Atmajnanadikam. Sorry, Shravanapurakam, Atmajnanadikam, Vijnanam. That's why Vijnanam. Shrutam means Vijnanam. Atmajnanadikam Vijnanam, starting with Shravana. Means what? I heard from Guru. Shravanam ho gaya. Then I made my notes. Then I did my manana. Then when I'm doing manana, it was becoming so clear in the understanding. That understanding becoming my own knowledge. That knowledge is conviction. That is called as Vijnanam here. That always remain there and guide me in my taking decisions and doing the action. In the worldliness, in the spirituality, that conviction guide me in meditation and knowing the truth. Otherwise, whatever I listen, it is forgotten, and every time empty box, then what to do? With such a qualified, unqualified person, नहीं होता. That is why श्रुतम श्रवणपूर्वकम आत्मज्ञानादिकम विज्ञानम. मैं बताऊं ना कि बता नहीं पाते बहुत बार कि कितना गंभीर और कंप्लीट मीठे होते हैं भगवान शंकर के भाष्य के शब्द. So complete, so deep, so to the point that we fail to explain because उनकी कृपा और होना चाहिए. In the words or in the examples, we fail to convey. But some feeling comes to us. Up to that, he has blessed. When he used these three words to explain the word Shrutam of the Shruti, Shruti Mata ने Shrutam कहा, Shrutam में गोपाया, जो मैंने सुना, उसको रक्षा करो. Literal meaning, simple. But you go to deeply, Shrutam word is using Shravana Purvakam, Atmajnani Adhikam, Vijnanam. These are the three words explaining the word Shruti, Shrutam of the Upanishad. Means how much subtle is Shankara Bhagavan that that Shrutam word he is explaining with three words which are complete. And any other fourth word is unnecessary there. Only two are told, it is not complete. Shravana Purvakam means what? Don't study independently. You must listen from the Guru. And what should we listen from the Guru and remember? Atma Jnanadikam only. And that Atma Jnanadi which you listen from the Guru, what you have to do? Do the manana till it becomes what? Vijnanam means your own conviction. इसको आप मेरे अंदर याद रखो. मतलब बचा के रखना, ये भूल नहीं जाओ मैं. In this, there are two things. One, you should remember that you listen from the Guru. Second, you should remember that you put your effort for mananam. Third, you should remember the conviction. Second way of saying is what? What you have to, meaning of Shrutam is Vijnanam. But Vijnanam cannot come without Mananam Chintanam. Mananam Chintanam cannot happen without Shravana. Both ways you can see. So Shravana Purvakam, Atma Jnanadikam, Vijnanam is equal to Shrutam. That please see that it remains in me intact. It doesn't go away. That's called Gopaya Raksham Karotu. So what is Gopaya? Atma Jnana Vijnana mein Gopaya is Raksha. What is Raksha? Tat Prapti Avismaranadi Kuru Ityartaha. Whatever I struggled and got the Prapti of it, let me not do the Vismarana of it. Let me not forget it. इत्यर्थः. This is the meaning. Almost we have concluded, but 2-4 मिनट और थोड़ा कल टच करेंगे. जपार्थाः एते मंत्राः मेधा कामस्य. These are the mantras for doing japa for that person who wants the medhas. And doing japa is not like today's world we do. कि टीवी देखते हुए जप कर रहे हैं, गाड़ी में चलते हुए जप कर रहे हैं, वॉकिंग करते हुए पार्क में जप कर रहे हैं. This is all in the beginning allowed. Later on it's nonsense. Japa means एक जगह बैठकर मंत्र उच्चारण करके उसमें नाम है तो नमस्कार है तो नमस्कार करना, उसमें रूप निर्णय है तो रूप का ध्यान करना, तत्व निर्णय है तो तत्व ध्यान करना. That is called as japa. Not that any work we are doing japa. That is in the beginning. That will help in not getting us carried away in the worldliness. That doesn't help us in going toward the truth. To go toward the truth, that japa has to be done fully respecting it, sitting at one place, transcending the body, reaching to the mind level, and at the mind level doing japa. Vocally we do in the beginning, from Vaikari when you go to Madhyama Vani, मन में हो रहा है वहाँ. इस तरह से जप करना है और इसीलिए अर्थ बताया Bhashyakara. We also explained. So these mantras should be chanted as japa by focusing our attention on the meaning of the mantra. ठीक है, कल हम उसको पढ़कर 6 बार बताएंगे, आज 1 बार बस. ओम यश्चंदसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतो अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया विहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Today you are all very attentive. I could recognize it. I am really thankful to you. Because the audience नहीं आते ना, फिर speaker को भी उतना inspiration नहीं होता. Most of you were, almost all of you were today in a very good mood. Give it up. A truth it is, not a untrue compliment it is. A truthful acknowledgement and encouragement. Give it up. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमऋषिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्यादि आद्य शंकरादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः. ओम तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Yes, friends, let us read 2-3 important shlokas of Viduraniti.